Showtime.
Good morning. How are you?
How was your weekend?
My weekend was good. It was okay. Are you sure you can't hear my laundry going in the background?
No.
It's so loud. My washing machine.
I think we're good.
My weekend was good. I went active coming soon on a fantastic property in Quakertown that I will make a plug about real quickly.
Yes.
It is a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath. It's on 1.75 acres, old farmhouse that has been updated, and they've got a 20 by 40 in-ground pool that has a hot tub, 9 feet, heated pool. So I'm really excited about that. We are already getting calls just from the coming soon in the.
I'm sure that sounds like a great listing
on this street. How about you? How was your weekend?
Good. Had a pre-listing in Pipersville, so hopefully we'll have something there, and then showing houses all weekend. So it's good. It's nice. Summer's finally here. It's nice and hot.
Oh, it was too hot. I got fried at the community center. It was crazy. But it looks like we have some people watching, so we've stalled enough time that we can talk about some stats with what's happened. And then we have to make sure that we don't forget to answer our dear friend Orlando, who was kind enough to shoot us a question. So we have to make sure that we respond to that as well.
Yep.
All right, so let's talk about new active listings. It is encouraging that we saw more listings hit the market in the last week, which we should again clarify for anybody that's new to watching this. We are talking about our area. Right. So Bucks, Montgomery, and Lehigh County are the 3 counties that we are actively researching numbers for. So 705 versus 633 is fantastic. Good news for buyers. Then we had coming soons.
Little uptick in coming soon, 136 this week versus 117 last week. And last week we saw a pretty big drop from the week before with coming soon. So it seems like maybe getting a few more on there.
Yes. Well, again, the weather is nice. And the kids, I think also the coming soons and the more active, school is ending.
Yeah.
So, a lot of families wanted to make sure that they weren't disrupting the schedule. Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's a really big jump in the next number, which is under contracts.
Yeah.
Wow.
857. Right? There's houses out there, guys. There's houses out there. You just have to find them. Be aggressive.
Yes, work with us. We'll help you find them.
Right.
All right. So then we have back on market, which there is a decrease. And we have been talking about this in the past, that with the back on markets, why something might go back on market might be because the sellers couldn't find suitable housing. Could be that things fell through with appraisals and not having an appraisal gap and things of that sort. So
even cold feet. Buyers have to make decisions really, really fast. So it's kind of good to give them a little bit of time to make those decisions versus just putting it on the market for one hot second and then accepting an offer. Like, give buyers a chance to kind of think things through a little bit.
Well, and that's why I think we encourage our sellers when we accept an offer, we have them presented and looking at the offers. We give them some time too, so that those buyers have time to think that through.
Exactly.
So price reductions, holy Toledo. 200.
Yep.
I mean, again, it's showing that buyers are not, yes, if the property is priced accordingly, they will go over.
Still putting it up.
But they're not going to just overpay.
I definitely heard that.
that would be my son cooking breakfast for himself. Welcome to live.
Yeah. But again, with that, the sellers have really high expectations right now too. So they're pushing for those higher numbers when they list. And that's not always the best strategy, especially in this market. So
right. Next, we have, these are new data for us, that this is only our second week tracking it, but temporarily taken off the market. So a slight decrease, and we'll kind of measure this one as we're going, but reasons why someone might be off market is maybe they thought they were going to sell their house as is, I had a high price, and then realize I better give a little bit more if I'm going to expect this to come out of it.
Right. They might have gotten a little feedback and wanted to make some adjustments to something, freshen it up.
Next one is withdrawn and canceled. So decrease in that, which means, again, I think that that's because we're seeing so many more under contract. It's encouraging that, you know, even those that have been sitting out there for a little bit, they're hanging out there and not having to quit.
Yeah.
And then last,
expired tied 18 expired this week, 18 expired last week. So those are the properties that have reached the end of their listing cycle. Yeah, usually it's a 6-month time frame. So they've been listed for 6 months and now they're expired. They obviously didn't sell.
So Trisha, we were sent a request yesterday from Orlando, and we're going to give plug out to Orlando. He's
the best.
Faithfully always encouraging people, and he is always giving us plugs. So Orlando is one of our boxing instructors, and he is just a beast and just a really great guy. And he asked us to explain the difference between an appraisal and a CMA. So Trisha, do you want to first explain what a CMA is?
Yeah, so a CMA is a comparative market analysis. That's what we as realtors do when we come out to your home to kind of pick that price that we're going to be listing at. So what we do is try to get in the head of an appraiser. So we're thinking appraisal thoughts while we're doing it.
But we are not licensed as
we're not licensed appraisers. Yes. So that's kind of the difference there. But we're looking at the last 6 months of data. So right in your kind of neighborhood. And if you're in a neighborhood, we look right in that neighborhood. If not, we can kind of go a little bit further out. But looking at the last 6 months of sold properties, seeing what they sold for, and what we can say that yes, an appraiser you will land somewhere between here and here. We don't usually give it like an exact number like an appraiser will. We kind of give a range.
Right. Well, and let's talk about real quickly. You had a ridiculous appraisal last week.
Oh my God.
You had to go back to the bank. And why don't you explain that? Because I mean, it was so off.
It was so off. And this is actually, I had another agent call me that had the same experience, and she wanted to use one of my under contract properties to go back to fight her appraisal. But these appraisers looked back a year and didn't do any time adjustments in completely different neighborhoods. So we still are getting, unfortunately, having some appraisal issues there, but we're getting it redone because even the bank was like, this thing is botched. Like it was totally botched. So an appraisal is when the lender will come, or the appraiser themselves, licensed appraiser, will come out and do their opinion of value. And it is an opinion of value. So you can have two appraisers out there and get two completely different opinions of value.
Right. So guys, couple things. If any of you are interested in trying to determine what the value of your own home is, don't go on Zillow. Don't do a whole Zestimate, because we know, and we've been, preaching that all along. We do home equity analysis and comparative market analysis, but we also plug for our month of June. Keep a lookout. We are going to continue the educational series of the home sellers workshop that we have developed, and been really cool with getting some people out there asking questions and being educated. So,
and we do a deep dive into how we come up with value and that type of thing in that workshop.
Exactly. So look for that. And then Trisha, we should just let everybody know that next Monday is Memorial Day, and we are taking Monday off.
So yeah, we know you're going to miss us. Try to hold it together.
So we'll keep track of the data, but then we'll present 2 weeks worth of information in 2 weeks.
Yes.
So guys, thanks for watching. And Orlando, thank you for your question. If anybody has any future questions, just shoot them over to us ahead of time. We'll be more than happy to chat about them.
Yep.
But hope you guys have a fantastic week and holiday weekend.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.